Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. So now that we've set up the squeeze page, we got all that taken care of, the next step is to start plugging in some emails and get our autoresponder working, right? We want to plug in some emails that automatically go out as soon as people get onto our list. All right, so what I want you guys to do is head on over to Aweber and log into your Aweber account. All right, so then as soon as you log into Aweber, the next step is going to be to make sure that you're on the right list. All right, so right now I'm looking at dog training secrets. If you're seeing the wrong list, then you'll want to change that, okay? All right, so then next what I want you to do is move your mouse over messages and then go down to where it says follow-up series, and let's click on that. So your follow-up series are the auto emails that automatically get delivered to people as soon as they sign up. And what's really cool about these is that these emails get sent out even if you're not there. Like you can go take a trip, travel across the world, and these emails will get sent out, and if new people sign up to your list, they'll get sent the first email the first day, and then the next day they'll get the next email, etc. So it's just really, really cool that it gets like a sequence that automatically gets plugged in. So what I want you guys to do is just go ahead and click on this, create your first follow-up. All right, so the first thing you see here is the subject line. So the very first email that we're going to send out is going to be the email that gives people their free report. So the very first email is going to say, hey, thank you so much for signing up to the list. As promised, here's your free report on the 7 biggest dog training mistakes. And we're just going to give people a download link where they can click the link to get that PDF. I don't recommend actually attaching the file. Attaching the file to an email, because sometimes that sends off spam filters, and that stuff will end up in people's junk mail. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our first email is going to give people the free report. It's going to say, thanks for signing up. Here's your free report. And it's going to have a link where people can download that PDF. So let's go do that. So first thing we want to do here is come up with a really great subject line that's going to get people's attention. When it comes to the subject line, there's a few different ways that I like to do this. This is one way that I do it. I just basically write the name of the report, the 7 biggest dog training mistakes, and then, I'll put in brackets download link, or I could say something like download like this, right? So that's one thing I could do. Or how about something like, download inside, or something like that. So, I like doing this, having the subject line being the name of the report, so that way they'll know exactly what it is. Now, another thing that I like to do is do something like this. Here's your free dog training report, then I'll put download link. And this one works really well because it says, that's the magic word. People love things that belong to them. That's theirs. And it's also got free in capital letters. So now what we're going to do is let's just scroll down here. And we got the text. So do you see right here where it's saying, hi, first name fixed? So if we ask for people's first name when they opted in, then we could put their first name in here. But since we're not asking for their first name, we just want to get rid of that, right? So we could just say something like, hi. All right. Now, the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to make this font bigger because this is really small. So I'm going to select everything. Then we're going to go up to where it says size. And for the font, I usually go for something between 12 and 16. Okay. So let's just roll with 14 because that's right in the middle there. And that looks really good. So now let's change this text because I'm not really feeling this. Hi, thanks for being a loyal email subscriber. No, we're not going to say that, right? So let me just add some text here. All right, so check this out, you guys. I just wrote a real quick email here. And again, the subject line says, here's your free dog training report, download link. So that's going to really stand out, catch their attention, and they're going to know exactly what it is. So let's move down and let me show you the email, what it looks like. So I said, hi, thanks so much for signing up to our dog training newsletter. And I may even want to space this a little bit. All right, I said, as promised, here's your free dog training report. Then I could say something like, click the link below to download it now. All right, and then I could just make it so that way when they click on this, this is a link that goes directly to my report. All right, and it's really simple. All you got to do, go up to the top, to where it's got the little link icon, click on that, and then I'll just put the link right here for it. So I could upload it on my own domain. I could, do a free file hosting website and just put it up on there, and that would work fine. Okay, so that's all I gotta do. Put the link in, and that will turn that thing into a link. Then let's go down here. I said, these are the 7 most common dog training mistakes that most people make and could explain why your dog still misbehaves. So usually I'll add like some more reasons in here on what's inside the report. I would say something like, you'll learn, blank, 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 blank. You'll also discover this. And if you've been wondering this, you'll discover the one secret that blank. You just really want to, do some exciting bullet points, kind of reselling people on why they signed up for this and why they should read it. Right? So, basically what I do is I just go through the report and look for the most powerful headlines and most powerful points. Discover the 3 things that you're probably doing with your dog at night that is, making him misbehave during the day. Or discover the one treat that you should never give your dog, and chances are you're giving it to him right now. Or discover, and I just add little bullet points and things like that in here. So then I'll say something like this. Hey, if you're looking for ways to get your dog to obey you without using aggression or force, then we got some good news for you, right? Which we know they want to, and that's kind of why they opted in the first place. Where I said, hey, over the next few days, we'll be sharing more awesome dog tips and advice, such as 5 simple ways to boost your dog IQ, how to choose the best dog, and what your dog's barking really means. And I said, you won't believe this. Talk soon, Dylan. So do you see what I'm doing here? Basically, what I'm doing is I'm basically telling them what they already know, right? Because I'm getting them to say yes. If they're looking for a way to get their dog to obey you, of course they are. That's why they signed up for a dog training thing. And I just basically, I'm trying to resell them on why they need to keep looking forward to all my emails. I'm giving them a little teaser on what kind of stuff I'm going to cover over the next few days. And honestly, you guys, these topics right here, they may look familiar to you. That's because I got these topic ideas straight from the dog magazines. I know that those are topics that people want to hear about, right? So, really what I could do is I could just, get that article, search for it online, rewrite it, and I could make that one of my follow-up emails, right? How to boost your dog IQ. So I can read some articles on that, and then I can, write another email talking about the dog IQ. I can talk about how to choose the best dog, what the dog's barking really means, etc. And again, this just makes people really want to, look forward to my next emails, right? Because, people are going to want to know, well, what's the dog's barking really mean? I really, really want to know. And they're going to keep looking for my email about that. And, it's just going to get them opening up my stuff. So, this is really it, you guys. It really is that simple. So let's just add a quick link here. I want to select that. All right, so then for the URL, we would just put in wherever we uploaded the report. So for example, I could put in something like www.topdogSecrets.com/7biggestmistakes.pdf, right? 7biggestmistakes.pdf. And then I just make sure to upload the file there. And let's just go to OK. Now, it's saying it's in red because I haven't uploaded the file there yet, okay? But let's go ahead. Let's go down to the bottom, and let's click on Save so we can make sure to save this thing. Then let's go to Next. All right, so now it's asking us if we want to track the clicks. Do we want to find out how many people are clicking on the links? Yes, that's great to know, so leave that checked. Then let's go to Save and Exit. All right, perfect. So as you guys can see, we now got our very first email plugged in. And right down here, it says it's going to get sent out immediately, which is what we want. So as soon as people opt into our list, this email is going to immediately get sent out to them, right? Now, also something that's very important, you'll want to check out your spam score. If this spam score is really high, then there's a high probability that, that your email will end in people's, spam box or junk mail, and they won't ever see it. So make sure you have a low spam score. And if you have a higher spam score, you can click on this, and this thing will usually tell you what may be causing it. Like it'll let you know, hey, you mentioned Viagra 10 times. So that's why you have a high spam score. And and it'll tell you what you can do to help get rid of it. Okay. So if you have, a score of anything that's in the green, you should be fine. But if you're in the yellow or all the way on the other side, then you definitely want to switch it up. Okay. I'm at 0 right now, so that's awesome. But it's always good to double check that, because if you got a higher spam score, your email is not going to get received. People will never see it. But so far, this looks great. And if you guys ever want to make changes to your email, all you got to do is click the edit button. Now, what I'm going to do is let me just send a test. So I'm going to click the send a test link, and I'll just send a test to one of my demo email accounts so we can see how it looks. The use personalization, so if we were, had a spot in the email where we were trying to put in the people's names, we could just do a demo one in here and say Bobby or something, so then in the email it would say, hi, Bobby. But since we're not doing that, we're not asking for people's names, we're not going to mention their name, let's just get rid of it. Okay, so then let's just go ahead and click on send test. And it says that the email was sent. So now let's check our Gmail account and see if we got it. All right, so check it out, you guys. I just logged into my demo email account. And as you can see, right at the top, we got the email from Dylan Smith. So do you see how this email really stands out? Here's your free dog training report download link. You see that? This really gets your attention. So people are going to open that. Now, also, you guys will notice that this is also one of the reasons why I wanted to keep it short. And I didn't say, here's your free 7 biggest mistakes report. Because you see how it's like for the subject line, we just barely got all this in there, right? Here's your free dog training report download link. And then it says, hi, thank, and then that's it. So again, this is why I use that subject line, because it can get all this in there. So go ahead and click on that. And then what I'd recommend doing is just click through this to see. Okay, so look at our from address, dylan@dogtrainingadvice.net. So it looks like I got to switch that out for whatever reason. So let's go back to Aweber, and let's go over to where it says list settings here. So if you go down into the list settings here, do you guys see where it says the address? So for some reason, Aweber didn't save the new address for us. So what we want to do now is we want to change that. Right? I just changed the address to dylan@topdogsecrets.com. That's the address that we own, and that's the one we want to use. Okay? So this is why it's important to send yourself a test email, so that way you can see this stuff. Because otherwise, if I'm doing this thing, if people try to reply to my email, I'm never going to get it, right? So since I own the topdogsecrets.com, I can set up an email address at that, right? And that way I can receive it. So then let's just go through it, make sure everything looks good. Hi, thanks so much for signing up to our dog training newsletter as promised. Here's your dog training report. I would click the link, make sure that the link works, and that everything looks good. Perfect. So there you guys go. Our first email is all set up, and that about wraps up this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.